Okay, this is December 26th in New York City, the day after Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, folks.
Welcome to Angel and the Wiz.
Yes, we have eggnog. We have this week and next week, which will be January 2nd when we come back. This is for the people that watch us in the city. So it'll be our day after New Year's show. And I just wanted to point out that if you're watching us on the 26th of December, so much for all those rumors, okay, about the end of the world, okay?
Yes, we're still here.
Yeah. And that should tell you something about everybody that told you it was going to happen. You can know where to file their information in the future. Okay, very good. So how are you?
I'm good.
Oh, yes. You did ask that question. Well, you see, since we were together last.
I asked if you still had. I said, do you still have your port in?
And it was supposed to be removed.
It was.
And they decided to keep it in for another 6 months.
Why?
Because with what I had, they want to make sure that there's no need for additional chemo. In other words, if anything resurfaces,
Just make sure nothing comes back.
yeah, they want to be able to give me more chemo.
Okay.
And to do that properly,
You need the port.
then you need the port. So you have to keep the port in, much to my chagrin, for another 6 months. But work was good about it too. So
Cool.
yes. So let me just see. I made just a couple of notes.
Some notes.
Some notes. Oh, this,
There was.
what?
Well,
Go.
I remember we talked a couple weeks ago about how I had an issue with the car.
Right.
And you were like, how come we're not taping this week? And I said, well, we'll just have to remember it for next time.
Oh,
So
good. So tell us.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I had this epiphany that my mother was telling me a story how she was having car problems, and she kind of prayed to my grandmother and asked for a sign, should I or should I not get a new car? And so my mom pulls up to a stop sign, and the check engine light comes on, and this is after my mom had, like, you know, over $400 in work done on the car. At least just a obscene amount.
It wasn't getting better.
It wasn't getting better. Yeah, so she's like, okay. And I thought, you know, funny. My sister was having problems in her marriage. She prays to my grandmother, she gets pregnant. My other sister having problems in her marriage. She prays to my grandmother. They both end up with jobs in you know, closer to me, and they move down. And you know, my mom has having car problems, prays to my grandmother.
Right.
She, you know, gets a sign. So I'm like, let me see how this works.
Right.
So here I am.
Praying to the grandmother, not God?
You know,
it's just a question.
It's you know, it's an odd question to ask, because where you know, it's like you pray to saints, you pray to the dead, you pray to God.
I don't know any of that. I'm just a Christian. I just pray
just a
directly
Christian,
to
right.
God.
I'm raised Catholic, and you pray to everybody.
Yes, I got you.
You pray to everybody.
Yes,
you
I
know.
think Tina too.
Yeah, so you pray to, you know, you just pray to everybody.
anybody that gets through.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought, so I'm standing in the shower, and I'm like, Grandma, I just want my cats to be healthy. Like, just, you know. 3 hours later, I have a cat that's puking and puking and puking, and she's vomiting for 24 hours now. So I'm like, okay, fine.
This is the Lord's way of letting you know you've been praying to the wrong person.
Right. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I go. I make an appointment to take her to the vet. I'm on my way to the vet. So this is the next day.
Right.
I'm on my way to the vet, but I have to pick up my nephew from the bus stop first. So, I do this every day because I get there early, and I turn the car off, and I read a book while I wait for him.
Right.
Sometimes I get 5 minutes. Sometimes I have to wait 25 minutes. It all depends.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, no big deal. So he comes, and I go and I go to turn the car back on. The car's not working. Now, mind you, I'm not in my neighborhood. I'm in my sister's neighborhood with my 7-year-old nephew and a cat in my carrier with a car that doesn't start.
Right.
So I call my boyfriend.
Now you're still on the way to the vet?
Yeah, because I was supposed to pick my nephew up and then go to the vet. So I call my boyfriend up, Adam.
Right.
I need you to come get me. My car's not starting.
Right.
And he's like, well, did you try? I said, I just need you to come get me.
Right.
My car is not starting. So he comes and he's telling me, well, I could have, you know, I haven't had an oil change. I could have seized the engine, and I'm like now in this panic, and I'm like screaming at him saying, just shut up and come get me.
Right.
Like, So he shows up, and we jump the car.
It starts up.
And he starts up,
Okay.
and he goes, "What are you going to do?" I said, "What I'm going to do is I'm going to drive my car to my sister's house, which
You're
is,
going to follow me.
yeah, so you're going to follow me, and then I'm loading Matthew, and I'm loading my cat into your car, and you're driving me to the vet." And he's like, he goes, "You need to get your car looked at." I said, "Tire Kingdom's open until 8.
Right.
Like, I need to get this cat to the vet because she's been vomiting for 24 hours.
Right.
This
Not
can't
good.
wait."
Not good.
And he's like, "Oh, okay." So we go to the vet, take care of that. They take care of the cat. We come back from the vet, and now we head back to my car. In the meantime, my nephew falls asleep in the car on the
Right.
car ride because it's a 20 to 25 minute
Right.
ride. So he falls asleep, and we get to my car. My car starts up fine. I get my sleeping nephew and the cat in the carrier in the car, and we go head to Tire Kingdom. So pull up to Tire Kingdom, turn the car off, get my nephew, who's still sleeping,
Okay.
direct him into Tire Kingdom, sit him down in the waiting area. He's still out cold. Get my cat in the carrier, put her next to him, and then the guy comes up to me and he's like, "Can I help you?" I was like, my car wouldn't start, and I think my battery's dead." And he's like, "Okay." So they go and they do their thing,
Right.
and I still have I'm in the waiting area, and I have sleeping 7-year-old who's
Right.
knocked out, and a cat
Right.
who's now meowing nonstop.
Okay.
And I just have this look of exhaustion. So the guy comes out and he's like, "All right, ma'am, well, you definitely need a new battery." And we did a full point inspection to make sure it was only the battery in the car. And then he goes, "We noticed that you need an oil change." And I'm looking at him and I'm like,
This is not news I need.
yeah, I'm like, "Yes, I know." And he's
Right.
like, "Well, we can do that for you this evening." And I said, I just do, "How much is this going to cost me?" And he says, "Well, are you concerned about money or time?" And I'm looking at him going, "Just tell me," like the gentleman. He goes, "No, tell me, are you concerned about money or time?" I said, "Right now, both, because I'm not quite, my car. I need my car,
Right.
so I have to pay for this. But
Right.
I'm like strapped. It's not like I
Right.
just have hundreds of dollars to throw out
That's
there because
right.
I just spent hundreds of dollars at the
Right.
vet."
With the dog.
And on the cat, yeah, and he goes, "Well, you're the only one in the shop right now, so I can pull all my men who are still here, and we'll have them get the oil change and the battery done, and it'll be an extra 15 minutes." And I said, "Well, how much is it going to cost me?" He goes, "It's on the house."
Oh,
and I'm
that's-
like, "That is so sweet." I got a free
That
oil
is
change,
nice.
thank God. Thanks, Grandma.
Right.
So I got the free oil change. And in the meantime, my sister sends me a text message saying, "We're on our way," and I said, "Oh," she goes, "We'll be there in 20 minutes." I said, "Well, just stay at stay there." I said, "I'm not there yet." And she goes, "Where are you?" I said, "Well, I'm at the Tire Kingdom." And she goes, "Well, I'll come pick up my son." I said, "Oh, no. No. Don't come. I'll tell you later. I'll just meet you at the house." And she's like, "Oh, okay." So she goes, "Why didn't you want me to come get my son?" And I said, "Well, because they didn't know he wasn't my child. All they
Right.
know is here's this crazy lady with a car that doesn't start, and needs an oil
Right.
change, with a sleeping 7-year-old,
Right.
and a cat who won't stop meowing."
Right.
So it was kind of humorous. In retrospect, it was humorous, and then I was like, "That's it, I'm done." So
What do you mean? You're done?
I'm done.
That was done. That's the end
I'm
of the
done.
story.
That's the end of the story. But I should say the side part to that is
Yes.
we have these rings. My grandfather had 3 rings made for my grandmother,
Okay.
and they're all different.
Okay.
And
I'm waiting to see how this
custom.
segues
Well,
into
they're
this.
custom made.
Okay, right.
And so apparently my sisters and my mother has my grandmother's wedding set.
Right.
So apparently the key is you have to be wearing the rings. So now I have.
Does she read a lot? You ever hear of Hobbit?
So anyway, my this is one of them.
Oh, so the bottom line is, you mean the prayers don't work to Grandma unless you have
Unless
one of
the
her
ring.
magic rings?
Yeah,
Oh,
one of the
okay,
magic
this
rings,
is really
yeah.
good. Okay.
But anyway, so this is one of the rings,
so you
which
got
is
one.
custom made.
Okay.
It was made for their 40th anniversary.
Any
which is
better
really
luck
great.
with the prayers?
I haven't tried yet. I just kind of been keeping my mouth shut.
Excuse me. No.
So-
But, excuse me. I find that the Lord has a very unusual and unexpected sense of humor. And I'm sure that he was up there sitting there, "Oh, you're praying to Grandma, huh? Well, let's see Grandma get you out of this one."
Maybe.
And wham.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know either. Oh, that's really how. What number do I have over there? Does it show a number?
9:30.
Okay, that's good. Because this didn't start. And we have a very oh, I forgot to tell you. This is the last of our Christmas music. This week
Okay.
and next week. And we have to get out at 22:34.
Okay.
Okay. And
so whatever 22 minus 9
22
is.
minus 9 is 12, 13. 13 and 9 is 22. So when this hits 13,
we have to get out.
we have to
get
take a
back out
break.
here.
So we're in pretty good shape right now. Let me see some of my notes.
So
Oh, and
we're gonna-
I had I had a couple of really good things I wanted to talk about. And by the time I got the paper, you know, one of them,
They looked
I hear
dry.
they were gone. I couldn't
You
find them again.
you weren't partaking in choice beverages before, were you?
What do you mean?
You know.
You mean when I was doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I could have had a screwdriver. I have a
don't.
screwdriver every once in a while.
You don't have any notes about the issue yesterday, do you?
What issue yesterday?
Have you not watched the news?
No, ever since the election, I swore off it.
Please tell me you're joking.
I'm not joking.
There were 20 children murdered at an elementary school yesterday.
20 kids?
20
that
kids.
kid shot? I heard that a kid shot.
A 20-year-old went into an elementary school.
Right.
Killed at least 28 people. It was the last count. 20 of them were children, and they were aged 5 to 10. It was an elementary school.
That is so wrong. And you know what they'll blame? They'll blame guns. It's not guns. It's society.
It's, you can't.
You
I
can't.
thought about it. I really thought about it. You can't politicize this event. You truly
they
can't.
will. They
I know
will
they
try.
will, but you can't, because I really thought, and I've read, I've been reading a lot of the news reports, and you can't liberalize or conservatize either.
Right.
You can't. There's no
But
way
they
to.
will, because they'll come out and they'll say
It's-
we have to ban guns because this happened.
Here's the thing. The guns that he used
Right.
weren't registered to him. They were registered to his mom.
Fine.
He killed his mother with her guns.
Okay.
He has a mental health issue, a personality disorder.
I'm not
and,
surprised.
And you can't,
And that's why changing the
they-
law on guns has nothing whatsoever to do with
It's-
solving
you
that
can't,
problem.
You can't talk about. It's not even the law on guns. People are talking about we need to have Obama needs to call. I had to stop reading things on Facebook because they were like, Obama needs to call an emergency session of
Right, get the
whatever.
guns.
Well, guns and mental health reform, and it's like you can't. It's
No, that's not.
it's nobody's fault,
No, we have problems in society.
Yeah,
when
and some of the
family
things
structure breaks down, la-di-da, single
and-
parents, blah blah blah.
Well, you don't know. They didn't really tell much about. They just said it was. There's mom, dad, and 2 boys.
Right.
Mom was killed. Dad lives in New Jersey.
Yeah, they don't live
and
together.
They don't live together.
So it's a mother
and
with no
of the
man in the
brothers,
house.
One of the brothers lives somewhere else, and
There's no-
hasn't really
no-
talked to his other. So
No authority figure in the house.
So, but I don't think it's just the authority. I think there were other. I mean, there are other underlying issues, and I'm not justifying. I don't think that I'm justifying
no.
anything. I'm not. But
No.
there's no. You can't. You
Legislate
can't place.
this.
You can't place blame. It's not gun control. It's not mental health reform. It could be a parenting thing,
Excuse me.
but there definitely was a disorder, and with a personality disorder,
Nothing was
it's-
done about it.
Well, nothing. Maybe something started to be done, but it's one of those 20 years old. Think about what you were like when you were
Oh, believe
20
me,
years
sure.
old. If a doctor said you need to take these pills to
Right.
help you cope, would you? You just have to.
I don't know. All I know is
Yeah.
the little bit that I did see. Let me be
And
really
it's
careful. I
very
haven't
sad.
watched the news. I've seen a couple of headlines. I was flipping through Free Republic, and that's where I saw it. But I could also see all the headlines about we've got to meet for gun control. Bloomberg says you have to get the guns. And the thing that blows me away at all these times, how in heaven's name can they sit there and say guns are the problem? Do you know something? If you leave a gun down on the ground, it don't do anything to anybody. Ever. Never. Not one time in the history of
Well,
mankind
don't
and
politicize
guns.
this
One second.
into gun
Let me
control
finish this.
or gun
The
things.
point I'm trying to say is, since time where there has been guns and people, guns have never shot somebody. There's never been a gun by itself shoot anybody. It's people. People are the problem. Society is the problem. That's why I won't get in my notes. Maybe I get to the next show.
You got chicken scratch in your notes. but-
That's all I get ever. Come on, what are you kidding me?
I think that's an S up there.
Yeah, right.
An S and an L, and I don't really know.
And this is a good example of this.
What?
Because I'm to say, stop allowing a few bad apples to spoil a whole bunch. We live in a world now where 1 or 2 people are jerks and they want to punish everybody. Okay? This kid has his problem. Just to tie it into this for a second, he's got a problem. He should have never been anywhere near guns. That doesn't mean you penalize the rest of the country.
Right.
And yet that's immediately where they go because they want to get guns out of the hands of the people. Because if they take guns out of the hands of the people, it's not long after that.
You're trying to politicize it.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you the facts. The reason these people, these liberals, have been out screaming ever since this happened the other day about getting the guns, getting the guns, getting the guns, is because they see that as a first step to between taking complete control over our lives. Once those guns are gone, we are captives.
I think that it's. I don't think the politicians are saying that. I think the people are saying that. Do you know what I mean? Like if you were to look on Facebook,
right?
It was.
Yeah, but that's like nut heaven.
Right, but you know that's what you're going to hear is the people saying that, you know, because. But anyway, I think right now what it is that the public wants to place blame somewhere.
It wants to absolve itself from blame by blaming something.
They can't place blame because the person committed suicide. He killed people and then he shot himself.
They always do.
So right, so you can't. They're looking for the blame, and you can't blame
the kid that's dead. He's the one that did it.
Right, but you can't, you know, make him suffer for his actions. You know what I mean?
Making somebody, but they want vengeance. That's vengeance.
They want something, and they, I think that as a, you know, we can't give it to them.
And we shouldn't have to.
And it's sad. And you know, and then you're going to talk into. Then I've seen people roll into things about school safety and school reform, and I'm from a school teacher. Like the schools are some of the safest places that these kids can be. That, you know, yes, these things happen, but as an AP article said, you can't build schools out of. You can't have armored guards in every school. You can't have armored guards down the hallway.
People have to be better.
Yeah, you know, we make them as safe as we can.
You know what they do?
We can with the funding that we're given, with the resources that we're given. You know, some schools. You need some
armed volunteers. I think they're doing this in the UK. I think they're doing
armed volunteer.
Well, I'm just saying. I think this is something that I read someplace where they have, and I don't know if they're armed adults or volunteer adults that put in their own time. They're not paid for by the school or anything else, and they're there just to provide additional eyes.
No, I don't want an armed volunteer.
Right.
I want someone because volunteers don't have to go through the. I had to get fingerprinted and do urine tests to teach at the school.
Right.
Volunteers don't have to go through all of that.
Well, I mean, you could demand that. That's no problem. You could make that a requirement.
I think that people are looking for.
But I mean, we have to rely more, and we have to improve ourselves because that's the only way. The only way we're going to get better politicians is to be better ourselves. These people that surround us are only us. Mm-hmm. It's all us together. And you know that's why when we throw money at problems, we don't do any good, because we're not dealing with the problem itself. That's one of the things.
You would love to. I have a new roommate, and I bet you would love to talk to him.
Oh yeah. How is he okay?
He's a good guy.
Is it going okay?
Yeah. It's been all of 4 days.
Okay. Make any passes at you?
No.
Adam caught me wanting me to ask that question.
He did not.
No, but he wanted that question asked. Yeah.
They've met and before.
Right. Adam give him the look.
I don't know. Probably not. This is Adam we're talking about.
That doesn't matter. Listen, it's this kid that just did all the shooting. And a little like Adam is a young kid. You gotta be careful.
Adam is not as young as you.
That's what you think, you know, and then you find out they got 16 bodies buried in the backyard.
No, I will tell you I will tell you the roommate is a former military. And there are now guns in my house, but.
Well, and he knew how to avoid that. All he had to do is say, "Let's move in together."
Oh yeah, Adam. Yeah, which he kind of did.
Well, maybe
in the summer we will be living together.
We're gonna move to a different house.
That's
how we
up
think.
For conversation.
Okay, but you're expecting that the roommate will be gone, or will the roommate stay and you'll go?
No, the roommate's going to leave. He only wants to be here for. So he's recently gone through a relationship breakup.
Okay.
And his first instinct was to move back home, which is on the other side of the country.
Right.
But he's also going to school right now, and he's got one more semester before he graduates.
Might as well finish.
So he was like, he goes, my heart hurts. I don't really want to be here, but I've got 6 more months, and
so
it works. So it just happens to work out right.
Okay, good. So there's now So there's now some specific talk about us living together.
Yes, there is.
Good.
It's been confirmed.
It's been confirmed. Oh, that's good,
Yeah.
good. I hope it works. And what about
I've kind of not said a whole lot, but now
Okay.
it's been pretty confirmed.
Okay, and then you two will have your own place. Or are you going to move in with him? Is he going to move in with you? How
Oh
are you
no,
gonna
it
handle
would either be we get our own place, but
Right.
it will be challenging because I come with 6 cats and we would
Right.
have to rent. We can't
Right.
buy because
Right.
I couldn't go on the mortgage.
No, I understand.
But when I had mentioned it to one of the homeowners was like, okay, fine, whatever. He didn't care.
Right.
The other homeowner was like, oh, I really want you to stay in the house. In fact, I'll even sell you the house type thing. And so I told him, I said, let me talk to Adam about it later. I said,
Right.
not right now, but maybe after the new year. But I just
Right.
wanted to let you know that this is a consideration. So
Good.
I think he might just move in. But if he does move in, we're gonna pack up everybody else's stuff and just.
Good. Put it where
in
it belongs.
storage.
Call him somebody. Okay,
Anyway.
we're at.
What's today's
11:16.
holiday song?
Today, oh wow, we have 3. It is, let me see.
Deck the Halls?
No, I think Meli Kalikimaka. Okay, yes, these are the 3.
Meli Kalikimaka.
Right, Away in the Manger.
Away in the Manger.
And the First Noel. Those are the 3 for this week. And the next week, Let It Snow, Rudolph, and Jingle Bell Rock. And then
Cool.
we'll start, we'll go into other things as well because the holiday will be officially over. So, okay, we have like about a minute to be safe. Okay, 12. Well, next week,
Next week, what are we talking about?
I'll talk to you a little bit about the movie Secretariat. And
Again?
some of the no. So I want to make some observations about. I watched it the other day and I wrote these notes. There's just some significant things about that I want to talk about, and then I want to get this thing that I started before about this person. I got one person in the town that's an atheist. They have the power to remove a nativity scene. That is not freedom. That's abuse. And that kind of stuff has to be
I don't know what
stopped.
you're talking about. But you can tell me next week.
Next week we'll talk about it, okay? What it boils down to is
We
too
gotta go.
few. Oh, we do? Okay.
Bye, America.
Okay.
Do something good, even if it's something small, every day. Volunteer at your local animal shelter, and we hope you had a wonderful, happy holidays.
Yeah, we do. See? And
Be
you're still alive, huh?
Bye-bye.
I hope you're planning for the future.
Meli Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Meli Kalikimaka is a wise way to say Merry Christmas to you. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Meli Kalikimaka is her wise way to say Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, a very, very Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Away in a manger, no crib for his bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay, the little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the poor baby wakes, but the little Lord Jesus no crying he makes. I love thee, Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my cradle till morning is nigh. Be near me, Lord Jesus, I ask thee to stay close by me forever, and love me, I pray. Bless all the dear children in thy tender care, and take us to heaven to live with thee there. The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. No